Okay, I think it's new.
Are we on?
Yep.
Hey, let me move this up a little bit. Hey, welcome back. I know we're supposed to hit you on Tuesday or Wednesday, but sorry for the delay. But we're back once again. You know, one voice. Jordan over here to the right. Matt, just going to dive in. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to elaborate on, so we're just going to dive in. I'm going to let my man go ahead and set it off real quick.
Well, tonight's topic, to knee or not to knee. Well, as everybody is sure, as everybody's seen, what's going on right now in the United States is very much a tragedy. Something that's been going on for decades.
Yeah.
Decades. I mean, if not longer. But as you know, Colin Kappernick, San Francisco 49ers quarterback, took a knee and talked about why he took a knee during the national anthem, because of what we just saw in the last just 2 days alone.
I could three.
Yeah.
3 police killings in the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And he said he's not going to stand for a national anthem for a country that treats minorities the way it does and allows them to be murdered by crooked cops. So, since he's taken a knee, 16 people have been killed.
Wow. And that's like
unarmed. Yeah. So, I think he's on to something.
Yeah, like we could sit here for like 2 to 3 days and talk about, what's wrong with the country, what's right with the country. My thing is, the man took a stance, correct. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't going to like it. That's the freedom he has in this country, to take the stance and to stand up against what he feels is his rights or his wrongs, these people's rights or these people's wrongs. But the thing is that people get mad at his actions but aren't holding the people who are causing him to have this accountable at all. And that's where the real problem lies.
Yeah.
Like when there's no accountability on one end, but you're holding him at a higher cost than you're holding the people that are causing the injustice.
Exactly.
And that's where the divide will remain.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's like people are so. For one, let's not act like we didn't know, like that anybody in America doesn't know about this. People have been talking about this. I mean, heck, if you follow rap alone, NWA, Tupac, all of them were talking about this back in the early 90s.
Before social media.
Thank you.
Now you can see the lyrics.
Yeah. So we live in an age of transparency now, where everybody has a phone.
You can see Jordan's reality. If he wants to say, if we want to show you what our kids are doing 24 hours a day, we can broadcast that. Exactly. Before you, it was just word of mouth. It was more like, really? Is this stuff, does it really exist? These are like urban legends. No, they're not killing people like that.
Yep.
And now you see it firsthand. And I think the thing that's disheartening is, now that you can see something firsthand, you still don't believe it's a problem.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing that really, really absolutely blows my mind is you have people where, I mean, we've seen these cops murder, just flat out murder. It wasn't even a question.
And
it's always a but. But, he did this, but, now this last gentleman who just got killed in Tulsa, Oklahoma, has his hands up and still gets blown away. And the only reason people are more worried about a national anthem, which technically the national anthem, the country and the government that you're supporting is allowing crooked officers to kill them. So you want me to stand and support that? Are you kidding me? Like, for what? Yes, kill me.
Yeah.
Please. That's great. This is the greatest in the world.
It just amazes me because of the divide that it's caused. It's almost like people are looking for a side to pick. They're avoiding the issue altogether. Everybody kept saying, "Well, he's rich, so he shouldn't complain at all because he has a bank account with money in it." And that's just like saying, and no disrespect, but apologize for the language, but that's just like saying, "Nigger, be happy."
Yep.
Be happy. You got money now. You shouldn't care anymore. You should swallow your pride. You should swallow everything. You know, disengage yourself from your community, your people, you know, as a whole.
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing about people were texting. I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, that's what we want. So, I mean, and you know, if you think if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, regardless, hit us up 724-542-5728. Whether text or call. Yeah,
text,
you'll be live.
call,
We'd love to hear your call. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
That's my
about
thing. I mean, you don't have to disagree. I'm not gonna. My man's not gonna disagree with everything I say. But at the end of the day, if you can't have an educated disagreement,
Thank you. Nobody wants to talk nowadays.
No. Everybody wants, and you can tell by
yeah.
when you post something. You can tell by the people who will tiptoe around it.
Yep.
You can tell some people will avoid it altogether, and I feel bad for those people.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Like, you don't address the problem till it's at your front door.
Thank you.
Then it's too late.
Thank you.
So I feel bad on both ends. I feel bad for some of my people, the black people I see,
who are
who are like, okay,
out. It's like,
I got a couple bucks, or I got a nice car, or I got a decent job. So now I'm like, those things don't pertain to me
in the
anymore.
house. Yeah,
Exactly. Like I've made it, or I've arrived.
Trust me. You haven't.
You'll get your reminder that you haven't arrived, and you never will.
And you never will.
You want to know a perfect example? Kaepernick kneeled, and he gave money to like $1 million, I think, to some organization. Then the next day he called up the local police.
Mm-hmm.
He went to meet with people in the neighborhood.
Met with them.
And so he's still like, and he still has potential to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So he still has potential in the owners, who are primarily on NFL all white.
All white. Yeah.
So he has potential in the owner's eyes. Now follow me. His buddy kneeled the next game with him, who is still question marks around his potential. He lost his endorsements the next day.
Thank you. And by the way, anybody who's in support of him, don't mess with the companies who dropped him on his endorsements.
No.
Because you know what? That right there, people want to talk about people fighting for freedoms. He has the freedom. He has the right to protest whatever he wants, as long as he's not breaking the law. So you know what? By you forcing him to do that and saying, if not, I'm going to take away.
Yeah, he lost his endorsement from Federal Credit Savings. He was a sponsor. He would do commercials for them.
Yep.
This is not Kaepernick, his buddy. He would do commercials for them. Within 24 hours of that game being over, he lost his endorsement. But on the flip side of that, Kaepernick's jersey sold out. So do you think the 49ers are like, pulled his jersey off the rack and were like, nobody's allowed to buy it? No.
Exactly.
No.
No.
He's the hottest jersey in the NFL. He's on Time Magazine with the jersey on right now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean...
Exactly. Yep. He's going to be on Time, man. He's going to be on the cover of Time Magazine, and as he should be. This is the exact same thing that they did to Muhammad Ali.
Yep.
Back in the day. And now everybody praises him, and that was so brave, and that was so spectacular, and for him to really put it all out there on the line and to risk, losing it all and potentially going to jail. And you know what? If you want change, sometimes you have to have struggle.
And the thing that
struggle is just that. It's not comfortable.
Yeah,
it's not fun. It's for the greater good.
It's like, and I think like, just to stay on this for a minute because it's so serious. I've been talking to people about it, my white friends, black friends, family members, co-workers, but to stay on it for like another moment, 5 or 10 minutes, whatever. It's like, it's the pulse of the nation right now.
Oh, yeah.
Then to sit back and hear that this dude kneeling is the reason why people aren't watching football right now.
Yeah.
NFL lost 1 million, is losing 1 million viewers every Sunday. So to say that this dude is the cause of it, you have to be an idiot to think
exactly
him kneeling is the reason why people aren't watching.
Thank you.
Football's at the end of the day, the anthem's what? 30 seconds, 2 minutes long.
Do you even watch it?
Nobody. That's what. Yeah. Like,
do you even tune in?
How
to
many
watch
of you even know it?
Thank you.
Like, honestly, how many of you even know it?
And you're talking about not watching football or something because a guy is making a protest about people. The fact that he even has to make the will you please stop killing unarmed African American males?
How do you sound when
children
when you argue against someone who's saying stop taking lives?
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, innocent lives. And if you follow Jordan or you follow myself or we're friends on Facebook and you look at the comments, I'm not one-sided. When I see brothers messing up, I call us out too.
Thank you.
I hold us accountable for everything. When it's black on black, you'll read. You can go back and troll my whatever comments, but I call it like I see it. But when we're talking about this in particular, with the cops killing the innocent kids, and I'm hearing people like, and a friend of mine, when they're like, their young men are growing up and they're having a hard time. They're growing up hating them. They're growing up hating police, and I don't hate them. Don't get me wrong. I know a bunch of police officers that are good dudes, but unfortunately, they're the minority. They're getting treated like the minorities do, the police. They're getting treated and labeled like, unfortunately, like black men do.
Thank you.
They're getting that one apple ruins the whole bunch theory, and that's where we're at right. And they don't get me wrong, but that's how they're getting treated right now.
Thank you. And the thing is too, and shout out to Dave Hopkins. He made a great point on Facebook. For everybody who wants to sit and say, "Oh, all the cops aren't bad," they're right. They're not all bad.
No, they're not.
Until some come across an African American male, then some are bad. And as we see on the footage, there's definitely a lot of bad police officers out there. Whether it be from hatred, whether it be from being scared, whatever it is, people are losing their lives.
Exactly.
They're not coming back.
And what a lot of people don't understand, black and white, because I'm seeing a lot of brothers talking reckless, like
goodness.
Thank you.
And on a side note too, can we please with the black on black crime study anybody knows, if you live in a predominantly black, predominantly white, whatever neighborhood, and it's poor, there's crime. Even if it's not poor, there's crime. So if I live in a predominantly black neighborhood, who's committing the crimes?
Thank you. Who are my victims?
Thank you.
If I live in a neighborhood that's 75% African American, what is the likelihood that I'm going to leave my neighborhood
and go commit a crime
against someone who doesn't look like myself? Just do the math.
Thank you.
Like the black.
Please stop.
Just do the math. Google it. Do whatever you got to do, but stop. Just think for a little bit. Step outside the box. Whenever you hear African American male was shot by another African American male in Homewood or East Liberty or Compton, LA, or this South Central. Think about the majority of the population there.
Thank you.
Like,
where do you think it was going to happen?
Now, like,
where'd you think?
I heard a story last week. Just an example. I heard a story on the news. Okay, it turned on the news. Teenager kills another teenager while driving drunk in Bethel Park. I knew it was a white kid. I mean, if it would have been, the neighborhood is about 80, probably 95% white. So I'm thinking like, wow, it was a white kid.
Yeah, there's no question about it.
It's the demographics
play
a major part
Thank you.
in the whole scheme of it. But like my man was saying, the pulse of everybody right now, it's almost like they're trying to say pick a side.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like, and that's where we're at right now. And the only way to not pick a side is to have the conversation, honest.
Yep.
Conversation that might hurt, conversation that might make things come out of you that you didn't know you had in you. And that's the word right there. I want to have a conversation with someone that's uncomfortable.
Yep.
Because that's the only way
Yeah.
to get any kind
To
of
get
change.
anywhere, nobody likes conflict.
No.
Nobody likes conflict, but it's necessary. It's the way it is, and it's one of those things too where if you see, I think a lot of people are misunderstanding. This isn't the 60s.
No.
This isn't even the 80s or 90s.
Nope.
People are not going to take this peacefully.
No.
People are tired of turning. Me as African American people, we are tired of turning the other cheek. Eventually, it is going to blow, and we're seeing that. I mean, you cannot keep bullying a kid, and
Exactly.
after a while, the tiger got out
Pretty
of the
soon
cage.
the bully's gonna. Yeah, you can't poke the tiger, the animal behind the cage all day. Because one day, the cage door's gonna be on a crack.
Yep.
And the animal's gonna come out the cage.
Yep.
And I'm not saying we're animals. Like some people are gonna say, some people who might not be in agreement or against or with us might say, "Oh, now you're animals." So no, I'm not saying that. Just use the
analogy.
Yeah, the analogy. But like, you can't keep poking.
Yep.
You can't keep, pouring liquid into the volcano. It's gonna erupt one day.
Yep.
And when it erupts, don't be upset. Don't be mad. And we were talking the other day, and I keep telling myself, it's bad because it's making humble dudes.
It's bringing it out of you.
It's bringing it out of it's making humble dudes angry, and it's like every time and some of you, I pray some of you that are watching this are white, some are black. I really do, because that's the only way we'll have a connect. But it's sad when I have to talk to my son 30 minutes ago. He's doing homework. He's struggling at school. But every time I end the conversation, I have to remind him how it is as a black man in America and what you have to prepare yourself for.
Thank you.
And some of you will never, his dad had to do the same thing.
Yep.
And some of you honestly feel lucky because you never have to have that conversation.
Thank you. My dad used to always say, it's not personal, it's just personal.
And you'll never have to have that. And I try to explain it to some of my friends, and my son doesn't understand because his buddies are still cool. They're 11 years old. They're on the cusp.
Yep. Usually about that 16, 17,
It starts
18. It starts that divide, especially here in Western PA.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, that's it. It's coming.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just, to me, it's just, if you can watch something like that,
Yeah.
and that doesn't shake you to the core,
And that's
you
what I
must
don't
be
get.
one hateful.
That's what I do not
SOB.
get.
Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I mean, to me, it's just, to sit there and acknowledge, see something like that, and you know that is just blatant, downright murder. So, and I just don't understand that. And to sit there and deny it. Well, you know what? Why don't you go to his 4 children that will never see him again, and you explain to him why their dad's
gone.
Why he's gone. He's never
Why
coming
they're,
back.
and then the thing that I think to go, and I don't want to make it a white or black because it's bigger than that. Because the average white man and the average black man have more in common than you would think.
Yeah.
This is not about the average middle class, lower middle class white person and the average black man or black woman. The thing is, what a lot of black people wish would happen is they don't want to wake up tomorrow and all their white friends say, I agree. They just want the understanding that you would just acknowledge there's a problem. Because most people act like there's no problem. When you say there's a problem, a lot of times the feedback you get is, really?
Thank you.
Well, what did he do?
Thank you.
And I'm sitting there like,
He got shot.
what did he do?
Yeah.
This man was in his car, pulled over with his wife and his child. In the back seat, his son, 4 years old, 5 years old.
Thank you.
Like, oh, well, the cops are here. His son's innocent still.
Thank you.
And his wife, and he's like, what did I get pulled over for? And within 2-3 minutes, he's dead in front of his son screaming, Mommy, what's wrong with my dad?
Thank you.
Like,
He saw that. He's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life.
young brother in Mississippi the other day was walking down to school at 6 a.m. with his musical instrument, the saxophone. The cop thought it was a semi-automatic weapon. He got shot and killed.
Meanwhile, a bomber
Thank you. Yeah.
who is shooting at the police, he comes in They take him alive.
They shoot pellet beanbags.
Thank
and
you.
stuff.
But
Like,
they'll kill a child. First off, why would a child be walking around with a
semi-automatic weapon up and down the street at
Thank
6
you.
o'clock? He's going first with a backpack,
an assault rifle?
an assault rifle at 6
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning.
And the thing is, why wouldn't you even, as having several police officers in our family, number one, preserve life.
Thank you.
Preserve life. Why would you even want to? Some of these cops are either so scared or they want to use. They signed up to use that gun. They signed up to use that gun, and especially, and you can see it and it's clear, they very much know when and when not to. If he's poor and he's black, we'll get off.
We'll get off. You'll get
It's a
and
trophy.
and people might say no, but and honestly, it is what it is.
It is what it is. The statistics show it.
The statistics show it, and it's there for you.
Thank
the
you.
videos show it. If I am walking in the middle of Ambridge on Merchant Street right now, and I go to cross the street, and the police officer comes in front of me and says, "Go," it says, "Hey, you look like you robbed a store. Somebody, you fit the description." And he goes, "Put your hands up," and I go, "Yes, sir," and I put my hands up. At that point, I've surrendered.
Thank you. It's over.
At that point, I'm not a threat.
Thank you.
To anybody.
Thank you. And it's like, why are they treating us like we're threats from the time they engage us anyway? I don't know. Phone lines are open, folks. 724-542-5728. We'd love to hear it.
Real quick, I want to shout out my man Amir Dudley. He's out of Rochester. He makes a lot of good posts on Facebook. My man Amir. He works with the 5-star football camps for the little kids around the area. He also has the Ace Academy. He's a co-founder of Ace Academy. They have an AAU basketball program. So he does a lot of positive, things with the boys and girls in Beaver County. Gets him a lot of, exposure and does a lot of good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
I definitely shout out to everybody who's been supporting One Voice from the get-go. My boy Edmund, Rob, everybody. I mean, there's so many names. Dame, yeah, everybody. There's so many names. But, But anyway, let's get into about high school football. It's Thursday night, so
it's the day before.
Yep.
So real quick, I'm gonna run it down the day before, and shout out to the homies from Aliquippa, Quaker Valley, Jeanette, Central Valley. So the first game, call it tomorrow. I'm gonna wait last for the hometown team, Ambridge. Nothing personal, but the first game we got Jeanette at Amani Christian.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blowout.
Jeanette's 4-0.
Yeah, that's gonna be a blowout. Go Jayhawks.
Yeah, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. Yeah.
We got that one wrapped. Then we got Aliquippa coming off a shaky performance
against Freeport.
Now they're bouncing back. They're at Elwood City.
Okay,
that should be a cake win tomorrow.
Should.
Yeah.
It should.
So I'm gonna take Quip over
taking
Elwood
Quip
City.
Yeah, I'm taking Quip.
Got Quaker Valley. They're 2-1. Got them tomorrow at home against Central Valley.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
so that's a little
test.
Game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. That's
Quaker
gonna be
Valley's
a real
up
good
and
game.
coming. Shout out to my man Jordan Martin,
go.
my boy Owen Martin's son, wide receiver for Quaker Valley.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to my man Amos, the quarterback. So I'm a ride. You cut my arm open, my black and gold blood will come out for my Quakers here. So I'm gonna go with them. And then the last game of the night, we both live in Ambridge here now. Ambridge is at Montour, the Spartans. Now Ambridge, right now, I'm laughing. It's funny, but it's not really. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny,
but it's sad.
It's sad.
At the same
They're 0-3 right now.
Yeah.
They scored, and I'm not bashing them. They scored 6 points on the year. And to me, the reason why they need to be addressed, they're going to lose. I mean, I already know that. It's about the culture of the program.
Yeah, and definitely shout out to all the high school kids on that team, because you got heart.
Thank you.
Because you know what you're up against, and you know the ridicule and the embarrassment that you're facing, and you still go out there and you play. So big ups to them. My problem is with the student board, with the school board, with the parents, with the coaching. Yep. You guys are really, honestly, you're breaking their spirit. They're breaking their competitive spirit.
And I would say the athletic directors and the school board first.
Yeah.
You're bringing in.
Oh yeah.
You're bringing in talent lists.
Yeah.
You can't bring in a loser to teach winning.
Thank you.
To these boys.
Thank you.
You had people within the organization that were passed up on for whatever reason. Not going to bring that up. Shout out to my cousin Kenny. But we're not going to bring that up. People who are good people who bleed for Ambridge in their blood.
Yep.
That could make a difference. And you keep bringing in losers to try to inspire these young men.
And that's the thing. And exactly. And that's the thing about it that is just, to me, is just wrong, because it's like your high school experience, especially in sports, matriculates into all aspects of your life. That competitive spirit, that discipline that you learn, the fun, the teamwork, being with something organized, it teaches you stuff. And if you are, if you don't have that competitive, if you're not learning that, then it really, you're missing out. You're cheating them of an experience, of a lesson.
Of a lifetime.
Yeah,
Like, for people watching now, like, you don't understand. We don't work in Ambridge. We work in downtown Pittsburgh. Every day I hear people, and these are people who are older than our mom and dads.
Yeah.
They still believe in the town, and they want the kids to do well. And they want answers like, why aren't these kids doing well?
Exactly.
And they have the love, but unfortunately there's been a losing culture, and it's been accepted. I've been saying that for years. And if you want to debate me, if you're from Ambridge, please holler at me. You can call.
Thank you.
You can text. You can message me, Facebook, and I'll address it. But there's a losing atmosphere that's been created at the high school level here, not the pee-wee, the little preteen level. The preteens are winners. Yeah. Once you get out of puberty,
it's over.
The culture. You know you're going to go to this high school team, and you're just playing to play.
To play. There's no competition whatsoever. Even and the sad thing is, that's coaching, because it's like you're not coaching these young men. They're not prepared to compete. They're just out there.
They're just there to fill the pads, and it's not basketball.
Yeah,
or soccer.
Yeah,
it's a physical competitive sport. It could be a man in a high school these days. You could be lining up against a grown man on the other side of the field across from you. So I can't. I mean, just the product you're putting out. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Exactly.
You go up and down the highway. Yeah. You look at what Aliquippa's putting out for years. We don't even have to talk about them. Yeah, you look at what, and it's sad when you have about 11 to 12 kids leave your school,
which is unheard of.
I've never heard of
Google
that, and I've never heard of that many kids leaving the school. Yeah. And it's because of that losing. Losing's been accepted. And I talked to guys from Ambridge, and I talked to guys from Quip. He's from Jeanette. I don't know what it is. Like
I honestly, that's the thing. And it's like you said, they have so many kids. And they do good in twerps, midgets, all that stuff. And when they get to high school, they're just absolutely... I don't get it.
Now we got a caller now. I'm going to answer this. My boy Art calling in. Hold on here. Let me see what he wants. Yo, what's good? Chilling. What's up? Wow, what's going on? Oh my.
Yeah.
With who? Oh my. And exactly, so just so y'all know, this is my man I got right here. The racial, the tension it's crazy right now. What are you watching right now? I got my man on speakerphone right now. Like, you think like people aren't affected like by what's going on? All it does is cause a divide. Like, what are they talking about right now on CNN? If I can even.
Oh, I hear about white America, black America. I thought this was the United States of America.
Yeah.
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 There's no united. They done took the unity out. I mean, right now
Exactly.
that part is missing right now. But like, people think it's a game. I'm not. I got my man. This wasn't planned or nothing like that. Or
Yeah, y'all can call in.
yeah, it's
Phone
real.
lines are open.
Yeah.
Phone lines are open.
But like I said, I mean, like you turn on the TV right now and all, like my boy just said, they're causing a divide. That, yep, they're causing a divide. They're like, pick a side.
Yep.
And
that's the thing about it to me. That's just shows that it's just. I mean, if you have to, the fact that we even have to have that conversation, will you please stop killing unarmed
African American
males,
men, and now it even the women.
Shit, yeah, and women. Then it's
So I'm
just,
like,
it's bad.
And like I said, like my man here, like you guys might not be able to hear him. My man on the phone right now, what is like the conversation he got to have with his son?
Thank you.
He has 2 sons.
Hey,
So
call
like,
in.
what's the converse? You know what I mean? Like, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't understand these conversations when you're a parent. These are conversations that you don't even know where to start. You don't know if you want to come at your son angry and
Yeah.
put some,
Yeah.
radicalism in them. You don't know if you want to come soft and be like, everybody, loves you deep down, everybody's brothers, or you don't know what angle to take.
No,
When he
it
can say,
goes
Dad,
any
how
which
come
way.
I can watch Michael CP3 on YouTube playing basketball, and the next clip that comes up is a little kid my age getting shot for no reason.
For no reason. I thought they were there to protect me. I thought they
So-
were the good guys. Yeah. So.
But yeah,
I don't know,
I'm
man.
gonna get my man off of the line here, but I
Yeah.
appreciate the call.
Yeah, man,
Hey, I'm gonna hit you
definitely
back in a
appreciate it.
minute, bro.
Definitely appreciate
All
it.
right, fam.
724-542-5728. Please call in. We want to hear what you have to say, even about high school football. Yeah, I mean, there's some good games. I mean, there's WPIL. That's king. That's definitely king here in Western PA.
Like, just like we said even like with last season, if you want to hit on, I mean, relationships, anything.
Yeah,
like
anything. Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of which, I was I'm looking through looking through Yahoo today. I'm going, and I see that what the heck is Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are getting a divorce, and the FBI is looking into him because they said he spanked his kids. Okay, America, this is part of the problem right here. First of all, people don't take marriage serious in any way, shape, or form. You got that chick when you were married with somebody else. You were out cheating.
Thank you.
And then you spank your kids in America, and he's getting investigated by the FBI. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, this is a problem. This is a problem we have in America. I mean,
This is
divorce
where we're
rate's
at.
at what, 65%?
Yeah, this is where we're at as a country. We are
In the gutter.
we're running off of we're off of feelings now.
Yeah.
Like if
I
someone
don't
walks
feel like
up to
going
you
today.
and says you hurt my feelings, it's a lawsuit.
Yep.
If someone says you said a word to me and now my mood has changed, it's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Everything is off of feelings now. Nothing's off of actions anymore.
Yep.
Like there's nothing. Everything in our culture is based off of feelings. Like I see commercials now. No disrespect to anybody, but I see commercials now where they're like, if you say this word, you're harming somebody, or if you say, and I'm like, wow, there's no action. There's nothing. You don't even have to touch anybody no more to harm them. Everything now is just it's all feeling.
It's all feel, and it's like, and then they wonder why the judicial system is tied up, and you have to wait years and years and years to get your case heard, even though it's something that might be extremely important.
Yeah.
Because everybody's suing everybody, and the court systems are filled with cases. Just like the guy who sued the Yankees last year because they took a pic because they were going through the crowd. The game was a blowout game and he was asleep.
Yeah.
Like it blows my mind that case actually would even be heard. I would be like, here, you know what? You're gonna pay for wasting the court's time and get the heck out of here.
We're running, like you said, running too much off of feeling.
Yeah.
No context or substance.
No.
But like I said, the whole thing. And one thing I wanted to do real quick is, like, I know there's a lot of kids out here within Ambridge, within Aliquippa, Swickley, like teenagers, boys who are on that cusp of becoming young men, and they're not really knowing how to deal with some of the, the issues that, we're talking about, or they might not have someone that they feel comfortable bringing the issue to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So my thing would be, like...
Let's go, Jordan. Hey, how you doing?
My thing would be if you feel like you are in this position and you're dealing with... Because I couldn't imagine being like 15 right now. Yeah. 16 right now.
Oh.
So if you're... anyone dealing with like the racial issues, the social everything, economic, the voting, anything out here. Like, I mean, you can holler too. Call in, text, do what you got to do. Like I said, you can be anonymous. You can leave your name. You know what I mean? It's the cool thing to do is to get the knowledge, not to sit back and speculate and say and let somebody else, dictate how the show is really
Thank
run.
you. Yeah, because this is what we enjoy what we do, and we want to get everybody involved.
Exactly.
We're not here to fight with you.
No.
We're not going to embarrass you unless you're a troll. But other than that, we are here to have a good time. Anybody who we ride the bus every day to work. And shout out to definitely the 440 BCTA bus.
Route 1.
We love you guys.
Everybody on that bus would know.
They know it.
And everybody who knows Jordan, everybody who knows me, it's like, I'm not here I'll debate anybody.
Oh, yeah.
We've debated each other. I'll debate anybody who wants to debate. But all I ask is that you come educated.
And respectful. Yep.
You come educated, respectful, bring facts.
Yeah.
Because if you bring opinions, then
That's
he's smart enough to shut you down, and it'll be over quick.
And it's like an opinion's like that's it. Like they don't. You have to back up what you say. You know. Like so. I mean. And speaking of backing up, did you see? You made a great point yesterday, or whenever we were talking. We love NFL. Everybody loves NFL football.
Yeah.
And now they have Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night, and they're and towards the end of the season, they're going to have Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. As somebody who played football, that's really hard
and I keep
on
telling
the human
people
body.
this. I'm gonna let them talk. People don't believe me whenever I talk to dudes who play football. They don't believe me because I never played. He played. He played at a collegiate level. Almost went to the next level. I didn't play football at a collegiate level, so
you played ball. Though. You played hoops.
I know. It's football. You can play NBA 3-4 games a week.
Thank you.
You're running.
I'm not slamming into you at 250 pounds.
Thank you.
At breakneck speed.
You have a bunch of... when you go to an NBA game, if you put the physique type on the screen, it would say slim or trim.
Yep.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
The big dudes went out when Shaq retired.
Thank you.
And he might have been the only one.
And that's the thing. It's like you're going to start seeing dudes retire earlier and early because they can't take it anymore, or they're so beat up that they're not allowed to play anymore. They've had too many concussions or too many injuries. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I love football. I love football. But it's like, from a player standpoint, I feel their pain. They're just like, I understand that this is a cash cow, but you're killing us.
They're killing them. They're killing these dudes. They're underpaid. You're overworked and underpaid.
Thank you. Because contrary to what people think, only the top people are getting paid millions of dollars. You have your agent, you have luxury tax, You have your trainer.
Mm.
They're all getting a cut.
Yeah.
So contrary to what people think, and so you're not getting every single bit. Like you have people who are at the top. Your Peyton Mannings, Brady's, and stuff who are legitimately making millions of dollars. But the average NFL player is not. So because it's like you see people like, oh, we signed for $10 million.
You might get what?
Thank you.
Three or four of that.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley said one time he got a $7 million contract. He got $3 million of that.
Thank you.
Someone said Darrell Reeves got that $100 million. He might get 60 of it.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not knocking the 60 mil, but just do the math.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not walking away with that. Like exactly. Yeah. You're not. I mean, that's so many people misunderstand. It's like you're eating well. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But this is 2016. A couple $1 million can be blown in a week.
Yeah, honestly,
that could be blown with a bad summer and a drug habit.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good summer for some of these days. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a real good summer.
Thank you.
And that's why when I talk to, I'm glad you said it, because when I talk to dudes, they're always like, football. If you don't play football, you're not tough, or you're not. You know, it's the manly. It is the most aggressive sport, and like I said earlier, like an hour ago, to me, it's the most team cohesive sport. Because everybody has to have each other's back.
Yeah.
If one dude doesn't know his role,
I
his
might
assignment,
never play again.
have his back. If I'm quarterback and my tackle or the O-line is not all locked in.
Thank you.
We've seen, you've seen quarterbacks get hit one time and never heard from again.
Never.
Or never the same again.
Never the same again. Thank you. Like that, it doesn't. It just. The human body, and they've tweaked athletes so much in all sports that they just get bigger, stronger, faster. Every single year, the guys just get bigger. I mean, you have D linemen now. McClendon, 6'8", 6'7",
and they're running
330
these
pounds.
dudes are running like Usain Bolt.
Thank you.
And they're that big.
Thank you. They're
So
that huge, and they're just freaks of nature. They get bigger, stronger, faster. They look like grown men when they're in high school.
And we're trying to revisit how to tackle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, not to stay off football all night, but like I know there's a lot of football heads. Every dude I know.
Yeah.
Like every dude I know
absolutely
loves it. Like I love NCAA football. I could watch college football.
Oh,
Clemson's on tonight. They're playing
that's
Georgia
right.
Tech.
Georgia Tech, yeah.
So I'm like, but yeah, just the take a look at it for what it is. My son does. I had 9 or 10 dudes ask me, "Hey, your son's big. Why don't he play football?" And I said, "Well, A, he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
B, I wouldn't want him to right now.
Thank you.
Honestly, and I played a peewee.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Before I went to hoops, but right now, when I'm seeing kids at age 8 and 9 getting concussions,
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
No.
Shout out to my boy Chaz. We saw a clip. We saw a clip. He sent me a clip this week on Instagram. Man, if my kid got hit like that, I think I might have to fight. I mean, just because it was like, it was illegal.
Was that the one that said this is how you stop the run? And the kid,
he hit this kid so hard. He was coming around the thing. Dude, I've never seen. Oh my God! He hit that kid so hard. You could tell that kid was hurt, and it was like, see, the human body, kid, especially children, they're still developing. Their bones, everything. They're not meant to be hit like that. Now imagine an adult, a 270-pound man,
running at 13, 14 miles per hour at you, and you're looking this way.
Yep. And he just kills you.
And it's just lights out.
Kills you. Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
solid muscle.
I'm just glad some of you dudes out here, I hope some of y'all watch it, because they'll get on me.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting there and I'm like, right now, I'd rather my son play basketball, baseball.
Thank you.
Something.
Same with, if I have a son, the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, football is fun, but man, it is really hard on your body. And especially nowadays that we're seeing with the long term. I mean, it's just not, and especially too where you talk about like baseball, soccer, basketball. You can go overseas and play
Thank you.
and make good money.
The thing with hoops, baseball, soccer, baseball, basketball, all those three major sports right there, all they're doing is keeping you in shape because there's really no contact with those. Soccer, I know there's the concussion factor in there. The one thing I see dudes in basketball, you might blow a knee.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be 28 years old and not know what's going on in your life.
What's the De La Soul's son? The dude who plays for the
Thank you.
Rams.
That played for Auburn. Yeah.
He's already. They said his brain. He has the judgment level of a 12-year-old.
He was number 21 for Auburn
Yeah.
when they played in the championship game. I can't
remember
remember the name.
forget
We
his
were
name.
just talking
Yeah,
about
we were
it.
just talking
But
about
that's what I keep telling people. It's this all day. So if you're doing this from the time you're 8 years old,
Thank you.
by the time you're 6, by the time you're 12, you might be a little. I'm just saying, man, something. Me personally.
Yeah.
I love it. I love football. I love Pee Wee. I have nephews. Shout out to my little nephew Jeremiah, everybody. My boy Kanai, Mister, all the little kids in Ambridge. They're great. Don't get me wrong. But you can say what you want about teaching them how to hit right. You're still hitting. It's still a collision. That's like somebody saying, I can teach you how to wreck your car right.
Thank you.
You're still wrecking the car. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At that age. They're like you said, their bodies are still maturing. You don't know what the side effects could be. You got 9 and 10-year-old kids getting concussions.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is exactly, and that's the thing. It's like, the sad thing is that they're just now recognizing that. Like, how many people have problems? I mean, Terry Long, taught me how to play football. My dad is my everything. But, aside from him, he was a great male mentor and friend.
And he played, if some of you don't know, I know this generation, we don't have any recollection of anybody from the 90s is old. He played for the Steelers. He put his work in.
Yep.
He made it to that level.
Yep. Yeah, offensive guard, great friend of the family. I miss him dearly. But, whenever, towards the end of his life, and everybody knows the story, and if you don't, you can Google it.
Yeah.
But towards the end of his life, he was acting so strange, and it was like, what's going on? And everybody just thought this dude's just crazy, but it wasn't, and it was a legitimate problem,
exactly.
And it's like, man, if they could have solved that, maybe he would still be alive to this day.
He was a young man. He was not an old man at all.
No, he was early 40s. And Mike Webster, another one. We're cheering for him. He's a Hall of Famer. He died just broke and alone, and he was completely defeated. His brain was completely degenerated. So
but I think I have to go with you on that. I think you're going to start seeing more of the trend, like with the 49ers, how those dudes were in their late 20s and they were like, I'm done.
Yeah. You told me my body was going to get beat up. You didn't tell me I was going to lose my mind.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing that. They lost 4 defensive starters in one summer, or 2 summers, and none of them were 30.
Yeah.
And Aaron Smith, he was like J.J. Watt when he left.
Thank you.
So I'm like,
thank you.
You're going to start seeing that trend.
Yeah, they've had enough. And that's the thing. It's just, you can only take so much, and then you don't want to put yourself in harm's way. There's so much going on today. You don't want to necessarily mess up the rest of your life over, a couple years in your childhood or teenage or whatever it may be. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't play football.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you have to take into account, the NFL has to take into account, and parents too, with these young kids, you have to take into account that the human body really wasn't.
It can only,
they're the gladiators of our day.
It can only endure so much. Yeah. Each part of you before it starts breaking down.
Yeah.
You see it in basketball players.
Thank you.
Your knees can only endure so much before their knees and their back starts breaking down.
D-Rose.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. He's but 27.
Yeah, his knees are shot.
And his knees are shot.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway messed his knee up one time.
Grant
He didn't
Hill.
heal right. Grant Hill, his ankle. I mean, it's like your body, like you said.
Yep, exactly.
But the one part that you want to protect,
yeah, because that
is your
keeps
mentals.
kicking. I can lose my body. I can lose muscles.
I can walk
lose
with a
anything.
limp.
Yep.
But if I don't know where I'm going, what
Thank
I'm
you.
doing, how I got here,
Thank you.
and it is really sad to see some of these dudes.
Oh
man. Like,
man.
but
yeah.
real quick to jump to my
We'll
make my little
next.
NBA prediction.
We're getting into it. We're getting into
Real
it.
quick. My boy Art, if you're watching this, you know we ride with the Spurs. So I'm gonna go out of the West. I'm gonna take my Spurs, and LeBron's in the East. So I'm gonna go with the Cavs.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Anywhere LeBron is, he's in the finals. Okay, I don't care if he's in Sacramento.
Thank you.
Anywhere LeBron is, he's in the finals. And I dare you to call up and say
George,
he's not.
my cuz George Gilchrist, you can call in and debate. Kenny Hankinson, 724.
542-5728.
Or you can do it for
Please.
the next show. George, I know you're not a LeBron lover, and you got Kenny Hankinson. Shout out to my man Kenny in Scottsdale. He's in there. He's home now in Swickley for his real quick. I know Kenny's family, his mom, his beautiful sister, rest in peace, all his aunts. My man's home right now because his grandma passed away the other day. So I just want to, send my condolences out to my homie. His grandma passed away. Hopefully I'll get to see him, this week while he's here. But Kenny, holla, because my man is, he said he would take Melo.
What?
He's a Knick. Kenny, you know Melo. And I love Carmelo Anthony. Don't get me wrong.
Ken, you're wilding.
Yeah.
You're wilding, Kenny. Yeah.
Carmelo.
Shout out to Kenny.
And I know once my man is all right, he'll respond in video. Yeah. I know this dude.
I got to hear this because
I'm telling you,
Carmelo. Oh no, I love you, man, but I mean Carmelo. Carmelo is a great scorer.
He's one of the best scorers.
Yes, he can put up points, boy. Oh man, Carmelo will give you 25 a night easily.
Hands down, I give Carmelo Anthony. He's built for European basketball.
Thank you. Yeah,
because they don't play defense. It's all about points.
Just scoring. Yeah, Carmelo's not going to play defense.
That's why,
and he's not going to lead.
That's why in the Olympics he was amazing this year.
Thank you.
He's built for Euroball. And I love Melo to death, but he's built for European basketball to where it's score 3 times and maybe play some day when the game's on the line.
Exactly.
When it scores 130 to 131.
Exactly. Yeah, in the third quarter.
So Kenny, let me know. George, my man George, I'm going to tag you too.
Yeah.
Because and I respect Die Hard, but I got to give LeBron, he's been to the last seven championship.
Please leave a comment. Please, anybody out there, leave a comment. If you disagree,
if you hate what we're saying, tell all your friends so they can leave comments.
Yeah.
But LeBron's been to 7.
Yep.
That's just like when people knock Jim Kelly. I don't care if he went to 4.
Thank you.
He went.
If you even get there. If you even get there, you were doing something right. Yet alone 4.
He went to 4.
Thank you. It doesn't. Yeah.
It don't matter.
No.
LeBron's been to 7.
7.
I know a million superstars in the NBA who haven't even.
Shout out to Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dan Marino.
The last thing, he might be more known for Ace Ventura than at this point than some of the hijinks.
Oh my goodness!
So some of y'all with the hoops, call in,
please call in 724-542-5728. I gotta hear this.
All questions will, even if you call after the show's over, they'll be addressed.
Yeah.
Next time.
Let me ask you this too, because we're on hoops, and I'm really loving. I love it this time of year because you got football, basketball coming up. With the Knicks getting D Rose. Do you think that they will make it to the playoffs?
This year, I think they could squeeze in the East because you got Cleveland, they'll be there.
Oh yeah.
The Heat should make the playoffs. The Raptors, the Wizards,
In Chicago.
the Bulls should slide in about 6 or 7. So the Knicks, I could see the Knicks getting in about a 7 or 8 seed in the East. They take 8. I could see the Knicks at an 8. But the wildest comment I may have ever heard in sports was last month when Derrick Rose was like, we could be, like, pretty much he compared them to
Like the Bulls.
Like we could be a dynasty team.
He should have been drug tested right then and there.
And I'm sitting there like,
Yeah.
and I understand you have animosity because you left your hometown
Yeah.
team
Even
my
though you still
thing
got your
was
100 and something.
you still got 96 mil.
Yeah.
So my thing is with Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose. He's great. I wish I was in the league, so I can't hate that much. But since I'm just commentating on it, like injury aside, a point guard's not taking a team to the championship at all. Even if you're healthy, you weren't taking the Bulls. Tell me the last time a point guard carried his team to the championship. It might have been Isaiah Thomas. The last time we've seen a little guy.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's not doing it. I'll tell anybody who likes the Clippers, they'll never win it.
They'll never win it.
Yeah.
The Clippers right now, I'm telling you, with the cast that they have,
Oh my.
will continuously make the playoffs. They will never, ever, ever win it.
They'll never win it. And I'll tell people this: next year, Blake Griffin, if leave,
He's gone.
go,
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
go to the East Coast, dominate, but they'll never win it.
Nah.
I don't
That cast
think,
is going as far as they can.
I don't think Golden State will win it this year.
Nah.
For one, I mean, you got a great starting 5, but like in any sport, football, basketball, if you don't got backups to fill those plugs,
Thank you.
you know somebody's going to
gonna
get hurt for 5 to 10 games stretch here.
Easily.
You know, Draymond Green's going to get suspended for kicking somebody or
Yep.
biting. I don't know what he does.
Exactly.
And then my prediction with them is Draymond Green, Art. I know that's my little cuz, Draymond Green. He's the new Rodman. He's the new Ron Artest.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't
Kicking
get the
people,
ball,
yeah.
when he doesn't get the ball this year, like he did last year,
He's not. Because there ain't enough balls to go around.
there's not a rack.
No.
There's one.
One. Thank you.
And KD's average is about 27 a game.
Thank you.
Off about 20 shots.
Thank you.
That's
That's
Curry
his team.
shoots when he feels like.
Thank you.
And now the team is Durant's.
Yeah. It's not Curry's anymore.
No.
That is Durant's. Because Curry fits well, and no disrespect to Curry. Curry is a great talent. I mean, he is a fabulous talent. But Kevin Durant is on another level. Kevin Durant, if you take Stephen Curry and you put him on another team, he'll still be good, but he's not going to be doing everything that he's doing now.
No.
You take KD, it doesn't matter where you put him. He's going to score 30
he's going to do that,
points a
and
game.
if he could gain some weight, and I give him credit. He even steps out there and plays D.
Yeah.
That's why dudes
Yeah.
will debate me, but I'm like, bring it. Stephen Curry. That's why in the finals he got exposed. Everybody saw that.
Yeah.
And I love him. Like, don't get me wrong. My son loves him. Got the shirt, hat, everything.
He's a great
He just
Christian
got
guy. I love
exposed.
him.
Yeah.
He just got exposed.
He just got exposed in the playoffs.
And you look at Kyrie Irving. I mean, don't get me wrong. Kyrie Irving, man, exposed a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I mean, he really put it on him. I mean, and Westbrook and them was eating
That's my
him
favorite
up.
player in the whole league.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook. Going back to Kyrie Irving real quick for the Hoopers out here. So Kyrie did all this year in the finals. So imagine if he wouldn't have got hurt the year before.
Woo! They'd had 2.
Thank you.
They'd had 2.
And we wouldn't have these conversations about, well, Golden State's going to be a dynasty. No, they're not. Because everybody catches on. Sports, it's like trends.
Thank you.
They catch on. Okay, Golden State went small, so everybody else is going to go small now.
Yep.
So they're going to catch on. That's just how hoops is. Like in the 80s and 80s was you went to the big man first, then you kicked it out. In the 90s, you went to the wing players. You had the Scottie Pippins, the Clyde Drexlers. These dudes that could play on the wing and bring the ball up the court. Now we have big men. We went to the 2000s. Big men could shoot.
Yep.
Dirk, David Robinson. All these guys could shoot the rock. So now Golden State went small. They shook up the league like, wow, they don't even have a center. Oh my God, they play all these small guys. So that that trend got exposed last year.
Yep. And they're on him. And it was like one of those things where they showed too, if you go after Curry, make him shoot. He'll shoot from half court.
And he was.
Literally. He'll shoot from half
YouTube
freaking
game
court.
7. He was shooting from. He shot him out the game.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching a lot.
I was just
lot
gonna
of
say,
hoops.
yep.
Love watching hoops. He shot him out. He broke down at the end of the game.
Oh,
His will. What's his name? Kyrie Irving broke his will.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was eating him. He was eating him.
Because if you look at the guards, and people are like the Western Conference is loaded. But look at the guards he had to go through. Stephen Curry in the playoffs.
Thank you.
And Chris Paul, he's too old
Yeah.
for Stephen Curry.
Oh yeah, and he's a scorer.
Yeah, Tony Parker's old.
Tony Parker's old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he really didn't have to. Damian Lillard's younger, so
Thank
he
you.
could go right at Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
And Damian Lillard's the
Was the
whole
whole
team
team.
in Portland.
Thank you.
He's Mr.
Everything.
And he's like 5'11", 6 foot tall.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you. And it was like,
And
when LeBron swatted him too,
And looked back.
and looked back and told whatever, I don't know what he
Yeah,
said.
all the-
But whatever he said, it wasn't good.
that play right there when he just looked back and he scowled at
Boy.
him and made the face.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh man, he made it. Yeah, I don't know what he said to him, but
Yeah. So that's off subject, but that's my pick. As long as LeBron and he's durable, like he don't miss no games.
Yep.
People don't give him credit for that.
Yep.
Like one thing, and I'm not
Exactly,
a LeBron.
that's it.
I'm not a LeBron. He's not my main man, but he's the best player on the planet.
Yeah.
To me right now.
Me too, yeah.
When you can lead the NBA Finals,
Every team you've ever been on, basically at Cleveland, and he had no help the first time at Cleveland.
Booby Gibson, Keisha Cole's ex-husband.
Thank you.
Booby Gibson.
Thank you,
Come on now.
Mo Cheeks.
Mo, Big Z, Zadrunas Ogaski.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
his,
and you wonder why he left. Then he
Right.
goes to Miami, and what happens? He wins.
and he promised them wins, and he got them too.
Yep.
I'm sitting there like,
Down to
in all of
4.
my life, and my favorite player growing up was Mike. I never seen a player besides LeBron lead the finals in scoring, rebounding, assists, blocks, steals. The
Yeah.
whole finals. And it went 7 games.
And went 7 games.
And they won it on the road.
Thank you. And then the year before, when he went back to Cleveland and lost to Golden State, it was just him.
It was him.
It was him.
He was,
And he
his
won the
numbers
first
were
2
ridiculous.
games by
Won the
himself.
first 2 on his own.
Thank you.
So I'm sitting there, and dudes will be like, "Well, he's not Mike." I like hoops, so there's no comparing
There's no
apples and
comparison.
oranges.
Yeah.
Period.
There's no comparison.
Period. Michael might be the best fundamentally sound
Ever.
basketball player I've ever seen
I've ever seen.
in my life.
Yeah. And
He's not-
everybody has their guy. Like, some people say Wilt.
Yeah.
Some people say I say MJ.
I
You
say
say
Mike.
MJ.
Yeah.
But for this generation,
It's
by far. I mean, and if you look at physical wise, he's the most physically gifted athlete I've ever. I mean, he's what, 6'7"?
He's about 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
And
Oh
he's
wow! I didn't see. What, like a solid 250?
250, 260 with no fat.
No.
Like
He
and
looks
I'm-
like he could step on the gridiron.
and that's if you got a young son or daughter or whatever, just YouTube some of his workouts.
Thank you.
And try some of his workouts. It's serious, but shout out to the wife. That's her boy LeBron. She's a diehard rider, LeBron fan for life. But like I said, NBA this year is gonna be nuts. Derrick Rose,
Yeah.
the Knicks, Kenny. I'm waiting for Kenny to holler with a video, because my man love Kenny. I know you, my man Bleak Kenny. He loves putting the videos out there. My man George, I know you're gonna say something because you like talking hoops.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? My
No
boy
doubt.
Justin Figley, I know you like talking hoops, so I'm gonna tag you. You can, throw your little. But off of the sports, I want to hear what y'all, black and white, have to say about the first topic.
Yeah,
the meat.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. What I want to know: if LeBron is not the best player of our generation, who is?
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
Kobe.
Like, really, who is? Like, I don't get it. I mean, he's done every single thing that you could possibly think of. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Yeah, like Kobe. I mean, as far as competitive spirit goes, I always used to laugh and say LeBron lacked that a little bit at times when he was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. He didn't have that fire. It didn't look like he wanted to just step on your neck like Kobe. Kobe didn't care because Kobe didn't really care about his teammates. So that's the difference. LeBron cares about his teammates
and cares about people too in general.
Like Kobe just didn't give it.
No,
like if he was on your team, and I've seen videos of him at practice, just antagonizing guys, and I laugh now because I'm like, wow. But imagine playing with a guy like you step in the gym and you know he's the best.
Yeah.
In the NBA at that time, when Kobe was when Kobe had the fro, Kobe was a bad man when he had the fro. when Kobe got the rape charge, he went to another level.
Yeah,
he turned into the Mamba. He got better.
Yeah,
like he might be the best athlete I've seen with facing adversity.
Oh yeah, because he could have shut it down.
Yeah, he could have just
shut it down and wrote it out. And the thing is, he did it, and he was another one. His team is trash. It's an expansion team at best.
Speaking of the Lakers, since we're staying on hoops right now. Oh my! I know Magic Johnson's like, really?
Oh my gosh!
They signed Ron Artest today. Re-signed. Meta World Peace, aka the Panda. They've re-signed Ron Artest.
I didn't even know he still was trying to play.
Last time I seen him, he was in China.
Thank you.
They've re-signed Ron Artest. I'm like,
that's crazy. At this point, they're just putting something out in the court. They don't even care. Like it's just get a team out there. They don't even care. Just get them out there.
I hope they don't go the route. Kenny, you're gonna hate me because you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. They're gonna go. I hope they don't go that Jerry Jones route where they just want to sell merchandise and fill seats
and live off the past
and live off when Kobe and Shaq were there, because that's pretty much where they could be headed if they don't turn it around. This year they might win about 20, 25 games.
Yeah.
At the most, about 25. Right. They still, I don't know if they still cut what's his name, Swaggy P. They got D'Angelo Russell, the Tattletale.
That dude, man.
They got Roy Hibbert, who said he's having. It's just they're don't go the Cowboys route. No disrespect to Kenny. I know you're, like I said. And real quick for football fans, please don't compare Odell Beckham to Antonio Brown.
Oh my God.
That was the biggest lie I heard in sports this week.
By far. Thank you.
This year. This sports broadcaster, Stephen A. Smith.
He hasn't scored yet. He hasn't scored this season yet. And don't get me wrong, he's good. But Antonio Brown is on
Beckham's he's a good talent.
Yeah.
He hasn't even arrived yet. One catch. He's known. That's what you're known for. Like all the little kids be like, when they make a nice catch, I Beckham them like I caught it.
Yeah.
And I try to tell these little dudes like, what else he do besides that?
Thank you. Josh Norman shut him down, and look what Antonio Brown did to him last week.
Antonio Brown had Josh Norman literally. He didn't know what to say after the game. Yeah. He didn't know what to do on the field. Nope. His backup, I never seen a dude dive straight out. He had the whole Redskins secondary going crazy. And then Stephen A. Smith, who's the biggest Steeler fan on ESPN. Today he picked them to go to the championship.
Thank you.
He was like, Antonio Brown,
if he's healthy,
is my second favorite receiver behind Beckham. And Wheaton's coming back for this game, I think. Like what? So what are you going to do? You want to throw to the fast 6'3" guy on this end?
Thank you.
Or you want to throw to the 5'11", 6-foot rocket?
Yep.
And that's what.
And Darius Green's still hurt. If he was in tight end, he was amazing at San Diego. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. To me, Antonio Brown is by far the best offensive player
in the whole league.
In the whole league.
In the whole league.
You try to double him. You try to, and don't get me wrong, Beckham is good. Shout out to Big Mike. I know you're a Giants fan, but you're smoking. If anybody thinks that Beckham
is better,
and
I don't even care if we're talking. Brown got cooler hair. They both got wild hairdos. His is cool. He got the old blade, Wesley Snipes, New Jack City cut. Beckham, I'm not a fan of the blonde mohawk. Curly.
And Beckham, he really needs to start with some of this suspect behavior, yo.
Yeah.
Like, don't get mad at people making fun of you whenever you're dancing with guys in
the middle of the club.
Yeah.
You're fist pumping in a circle of dudes, and then you get mad when these people call you out on your sexuality.
Thank you. Singing sexual healing while you're in the sauna with your friends. That is definitely
that's real suspect,
yes,
bro.
That is a violation of guy code.
Yeah, we're gonna start giving. We're trying to get something going now. A little segment like Charlemagne has the donkey.
Yep.
Maybe like the. We're trying to put something to maybe the idiot of the hour. Yeah. Because they don't deserve a whole day.
Yeah, no.
Because there might be a couple people you can address.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean? That's one to touch on the sports, to mellow things out from the first hour when, you need to be challenged though in the conversation.
Exactly, yeah. We try to keep it, we want to keep things balanced.
Yeah, you can't.
We want to keep things balanced. We want to make sure we get the ladies involved. We want to make sure we get the guys. We want to make sure we get the political.
Everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Touch on everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. I know. Surely, slowly but surely, more and more people are going to be definitely calling in. And when, like I said, we welcome that. We welcome that. We want to have that. We just want to enjoy ourselves, and hopefully you are entertained. And
it's open forum. I mean, the best thing two people can have is conversation. Dialogue, honest dialogue, and you can walk away saying, well, I don't agree with everything, but I respect where they're coming from because they made their point clear. They have respect for me, they have respect for themselves, and we had a flow to the conversation. So that's why I'm always like, hey, holla at us, let us know what's on your mind. If you want to talk, do that. Call in, send a video. You can, send a video. And if this is your first time watching, you can go back, check out the older, the older shows. And that's all I ask is you tell a friend, just spread the word, so it gets bigger. Because in my opinion, the only thing that solves anything is first step is communication. So that's what we're here to do. That's what we love to do. And, that's what we hope you'll feel comfortable doing, with us.
And that's, and like I said, we enjoy this, man. We're gonna be. We got some really great things on the horizon. We're gonna have it all. Just definitely, man. Stay tuned. I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy it.
Have people on, change the location, just anything. I mean, if you have a story, honestly, and I'm being real. If you have a story, and you're like, man, I like how Jordan presented this topic. Man, I'm going to send something to him because I have something on my mind and I don't really know how to say it because I wasn't always comfortable just talking, whatever. I had to hear other people with confidence speak and then say, okay, if I work on it, make sure I'm clear, make sure I'm using words that are actually words when I'm speaking, then maybe, my credibility will be up there when I open my mouth. So if you ever have something on your brain and you say, man, I wish they would talk about that, shoot that in. Text it, email it, do whatever you got to do, and it'll be addressed. But trust me, nothing's ducked, nothing's dodged, whether it's racial, political, religious, financial, whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? Like anything. We can talk about, if you want to talk about your neighborhood, from crime to ladies' relationships.
Yeah, that'll be on the next one. That'll be on the next one. We're weighing in on that. We're definitely weighing in on
anything. And if you're in a younger generation, like I said before, not to repeat myself, but I got a son He has a daughter. I have a little girl, and I know it's crazy out here for kids coming up these days. So,
Man,
if you have a child, young man that might need a piece of advice from a grown man who's been there before, because believe me, we've been through every situation that your teenage boy has been through and is about to go through. Send the question in, send the concern in, and that'll be addressed with compassion, respect, and guidance. And nobody's name will be out there, nothing like
unless
that.
you want it.
Unless you're cool with that, which is fine, because hey, it is what it is. But
on our way out, Houston versus the Texans. Texans versus the Pats. Who you got?
30 seconds. I said earlier, I'm not a Patriots fan, but if Bill Belichick wins tonight with 3 different quarterbacks this year, I got to give dude. I know he cheated a couple times, but I got to give dude props.
Me too.
That's
the
impressive.
NFL. Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, you saw Dallas last year lose their quarterback and lose almost every freaking game.
They lost 10 in a row after that. So if he can do it with 3 guys, and they're at home, that's their advantage. They're in Gillette. But if he can do it tonight, my boy Art, he said he's picking the Patriots by 2. I'm gonna go Texans by a field goal late. I'm gonna say Treason. I forgot the young brother's name. Who's a quarterback.
Rookie.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I think old boy, the wide receiver, is going to get in and throw a touchdown tonight for the Patriots. He's the backup. He might get in. He might get a young buck. Might get hurt.
He might get in. Yeah, he might get in. I mean, oh man, yeah, because the way they're going, like, whew. And question, when he gets back, when Brady comes back, if Garoppolo's playing amazing, who do you go with? Me personally, I still have to go with Tom.
I go with Brady. I know if it was any other quarterback besides Ben, Tom Brady, like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, who never gets criticized.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Real quick, if you like I don't know who's a Colts. I don't know if there's Colts fans in Pittsburgh. Andrew Luck might be the most overrated quarterback
Thank you.
I've seen in a long time.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Overrated.
Thank you.
Overrated.
Oh my gosh.
But I would say if Brady comes back, they're going to go with the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Four-time Super Bowl winner.
But if they can get to 4-0
Hall of Famer
before he gets back,
it's going to be a battle. Yeah, Steelers, we got to watch out because
that's it. Conference championship. That's my prediction. Steelers and the Patriots. I got Steelers at home over them.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Steelers is going all over.
They got it. If they don't go to Super Bowl this year, this would be a depressing year because there's no reason why they shouldn't make it this year.
No. So, all right, but hey, we're out of here, yo. It's almost 9 o'clock, so
about to sign off.
Definitely
put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
Tune in, subscribe
One Voice on YouTube, and definitely like us on Facebook at One Voice. And I think we're out of here.
All right, we'll holler at you. One Voice.
One Voice.
Hey, how are you?